Hey Divvee Nation, welcome. This is Troy Muhlstein, Richard Smith, the founders of Divvee.social. We are excited to come talk to you right now.
Yeah, thanks Richard for the introduction. Hey, we just launched yesterday and we wanted to do a quick video to update you of what's going on. And matter of fact, we've got a lot of response from a lot of people about questions. Things didn't roll out maybe the way you anticipated. There's some missing information. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a video just like this every single day to keep you updated on the important things that are going on. Matter of fact, we're going to release that video so you guys know and it's consistent and you can rely on it. We're going to release that video at 5 o'clock Mountain Standard Time every single day, and we're going to do that for the foreseeable future until we get some of these things fully launched, they're working correctly, and just to keep you guys informed. So the first thing we want to talk about, the first point, is our dashboard, or what many of you might know as the back office. We call it a dashboard, where you log in to see your information, to see a lot of the things pertinent to building your team. And there's several things right now about the dashboard that we want to keep you updated on. We're having issues right now recovering usernames. We're having issues resetting passwords. Sometimes the emails are wrong. We've got the wrong emails in the system, or we don't have them at all, and then verifying emails as part of that process. All four of those things right there, those issues, we are doing a tutorial video on each one of them individually that will be done very shortly, hopefully today, to be released tomorrow, sometime tomorrow. You will know exactly on each of those things on how to get to your dashboard. That's the first step, right? Once you get in there, there's a lot of information. A lot of you have some questions about some of those things. And we're going to talk about the Personal Enrollment Network, also the TBS, which we call the Team Building Structure. We'll update that here in just a second. Just know that that dashboard right now, it's fairly small. There's not a lot of information in there, but that's going to be the launching point for everything you do in your business. That's going to be expanding and growing for the next year, maybe even longer. So it's a great dashboard. We're doing things a little bit differently, but we'll address how to get there first, and then we'll address some of the issues or some of the things with the dashboard on the next update. Next, we're going to talk about updating your personal information. You want to take that one?
Yeah, it's very important that when you've heard me say this over and over and over again, we can't have Japanese in Portland, Oregon. We can't have Russians in Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Yes, Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, thank you.
There we go.
We've got to have your correct address because the customers that are paying us want to know where you are and that you're a real natural person. We are going to allow you to update your information, and you also need to do a picture so that the back office and the Personal Enrollment Network structure works. As you drill down through your organization, you see photographs of the people you're working with.
Yeah, perfect. Just understand that the information that you're providing is critical to our system. It's critical to us being able to communicate with you, build your trees, pay commissions. That information is the foundation of our business. That's why we're taking it so seriously. We are going to put that up probably next week. We'll commit to dates as we feel confident. That should be available next week sometime. We're working crazy hard to get that updated. So on tomorrow's video, we're going to update each one of these points every single day so you know where we stand. As of right now, we're shooting for next week sometime to have that profile information available for you.
Next one is points. Everybody's up in arms. What we thought a point was for every rank and share. Folks, this is a work in process. We're co-creating this together. This is getting very, very exciting. We're already starting to look out to phase 2. Some of those things we have to do with points as well into the future as well as right now. So basically what we're going to do is every rank and share are going to have all kinds of different point totals. Very rarely are you only going to get 1 point. In fact, Troy and I've looked over it. It's going to be rare, if ever, you're going to get a single point for a rank and share. You might get 4, you might get 5, you might get 10. Heavens, you might even get it in the hundreds depending on what the rank and share is. The way this system's working, if you look at the cell phones and it was 1,500 points, so what if it's 10,000 points? It's actually cheaper based on the way the points works. The point value is based on product by product, but we made it simple so that when we go into phase 2, we can do what we need to do with points and ranking shares.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm going to further clarify that a little bit. A lot of you probably heard early on as we were fine-tuning and really getting to understand the concept that we're doing. You heard things like 1 point will be worth $1, or you made that association because somebody said maybe 100 points will get you a $100 gift card. So you made that association and said, well, 1 equals $1. We needed more flexibility on our side. What if we have something that we provide to you as a rank and share activity that doesn't pay $1 and we get a smaller commission? We didn't want to give fractions of points. So we had to spread that out. But the point value is the point value, guys. If you have 1 point worth $1 or 10 points worth 10 cents, whatever that equates to, it's still the same thing. So don't get too upset when you see that the point values for products in the Redemption Center are higher. You're now going to get more points for each activity. It's the same thing. So we just wanted to clarify that.
And we want to make sure that you understand this isn't, we didn't move the cheese. This is preparatory to going forward. Now this particular one we're not going to address anymore because it is the way it is. That's the way we're going to do it, and the points are going to be able to be consumed on a weekly basis. Save them, do whatever you want with them, but at the end of the day, every rank and share that you do, you're going to get a whole bunch of points.
Okay, next, commissions. Are you taking this one?
I am.
Okay.
Everybody wants to know, well, when are we going to get paid? Well, there's a couple things in play here. Number one, we told you a dime to 25 cents when we were doing this whole pre-launch and everything was exploding. That's not true. It's going to be all over the board. We're not very excited about paying out anything less than a dime, but there might be some here and there. But we're not capping it at 25 cents anymore. There's going to be activities in the Rank and Share program that you're literally going to get dollars paid out. So stay tuned, man. This is going to get real exciting and real sexy as you find out exactly what we're bringing to us. And I'm not going to go into any more detail than that, but the Rank and Share program is expanding exponentially, and your commissions will get paid out. The other thing I want to address real quick is both on something Darren said about the cards that we're going to issue, the gift cards. We need to make sure we're legal in every country. So when we do our business in your country, we need to make sure that we do gift cards in your country. So it might be a little bit slower getting gift cards in country, but we're going to work on it, and we've expanded the marketplace across the board. The other thing I want to talk about is Darren talked 4 to 6 weeks. Guys, we're in startup. I've been telling the truth, and so is Darren. From Friday to Friday, you're going to get paid. But guys, we got to work into this. We're going to work out the whole systems. And he was just being very cautious and what a CEO ought to be. Cut us some slack. We're going to get you paid as quickly as we possibly can. And eventually, it's going to be exactly what you've heard all of us say. Friday to Friday, the following Friday, you're going to get paid.
Yeah, and I'm going to jump in here and clarify that just one more level. When he says Friday to Friday, the activities that are completed, understand that every activity is a little bit different. Every client we work with handles that a little bit differently. So I'll give you an example. Say we have an activity, and at the end of the day, they consolidate, they reconcile the activities, and then they tell us how much we're going to get paid, and then when we get paid. Some of our clients pay at the close of the day, close of the week, and close of the month. Some of them pay within a week. Some of them pay 30 to 45 days later. So the activities that you perform during the week, we fully expect to pay the following Friday. We need 6 weeks to get that cycle caught up. Understand, 4 to 6 weeks. I don't want to freak anybody out. But once we get paid, now it's going to be more repetitive. Now you can rely on getting some commissions every week. But we need a little bit of time frame to get that done. Now we're looking for creative ways to maybe accelerate that process. I'm not going to make any commitments on that. If we have the ability as a company to do that and pay you sooner, absolutely we will. We know how important that is to you. But as of right now, that's where the commissions stand.
Yep. And once again, I'm going to go back to it. We are going to have a weekly pay from Friday to Friday, but let us grow into this.
Yep.
Let's talk a little bit about enrollment. Isn't that next?
Yeah, next is enrollments.
Why did you shut it down? I'll tell you why we shut it down. You put in over 200,000 people, and we were planning on starting this with less than 5,000 of you. We need to make sure the systems work flawlessly. We are going to start paying you out. We're going to let you start ranking and sharing. But more importantly, once again, it comes right back to that data. We've got to make sure you are where you are and that you're a real live person. So once we roll out your ability to upload and make this work in the back office, your correct information needs to be there and a photo of your face. It's very, very important. This one's on you guys. Fix that as quickly as you can, and we'll start enrolling again.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, we'll have updates on videos coming in the next few days. As soon as we have a firm timeline, something that we know we can commit to, we'll give you a date. We don't have that right now. We will start enrollments as soon as we are ready. Understand how critical that information is. It has to be right. Guys, you want us to have this correct because it's your commissions that are going to be paid through this structure. So we got to get this stuff right. Part of that is the profile. Part of it is making sure all the organizations are correct before we start bringing in the thousands of people again.
It actually is how we get paid too.
It is. That's kind
okay,
of
let's
important.
talk a little bit about the PEN versus the TBS. The PEN, of course, is the Personal Enrollment Network. That is your personal enrollment tree, and we're going to let you get all the information you want. So everybody that you bring in and they bring in and so on and so on and so on, you're going to be able to contact them. That's your organization that you're building. Now, the way the TBS, the team building structure works, everybody helps everybody. This has been a creation of Troy and I. We think we're changing everything here. And we're not thinking, we know we are. We're flattening the organization, and everybody actually does help everybody. Not only the organization above you and what would normally be your sideline, and also your organization. We're all mixing this together. It's like braiding rope and pulling people to success. The magic of that's going to come much more clear in the future. We're going to keep addressing this, and we're actually going to have a compensation video as a part of your invitation.
Yeah.
And we're going to keep talking about this because once you guys fully grasp what you got here, it's going to be astounding to you.
Yeah, a couple other points on that. The Personal Enrollment Network, many of you have gotten to your back office or your dashboard, and you've seen the Personal Enrollment Network. It's the circle with you in the middle. As soon as we have photos, that's going to make a lot more sense. But that makes sense right now. You don't see anything on the TBS yet. That's because it's not in there. We're going to deliver that in the dashboard and also on the mobile device. But we're going to do it very non-traditionally. The structure of a tree that you're accustomed to in network marketing, we're not going to do it that way. And we'll get you more information on that very shortly.
Want to talk a little bit about the e-wallet? That's the next one on here. You're the master at that one. So
yeah, e-wallet. Absolutely. Guys, as we started growing internationally and saw how fast it was growing internationally, we needed to quickly go out and have an international solution for that. We have found it. We're very excited about it. I'm not going to announce the name yet, but we are very far down the road of having this e-wallet. We haven't decided what we're going to call it yet, but there's multiple options. We found what we think is the best in class out in the industry. You're going to have multiple options on ways you get paid. Okay, I'm not going to tell you what those are yet, but I'm telling you, we have an international presence. This is going to be very, very easy for you to get your commissions. We're going to update you a little bit more on that a little bit later. As soon as it's ready, there will be a link show up in your dashboard and let you sign up for that. If you're international, let me just give you a quick heads up. There will be some information that you have to provide for us. It's called KYC, Know Your Customer. There's information that they need to have that you will have to submit to us in order to qualify for some of these payment processes, but that will all be self-explanatory with the link when it goes live.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about international expansion. I want to be very brief on this, but I want you to know we're taking this very seriously, and we're going to tell you exactly the countries, the 5 countries we're working on being a legal presence. So there's pre-launch, and we've got over 50 countries people are interested in. We've got not for resale that we're actually going to pay, where we're actually starting to work in. And then we've also got the countries that we're live in. Right now we've got one country, and it's Colombia. We just got corrected. It's Colombia and the United States. Thank you. We're going to give you 5 other countries that we're working to be legal status on, and we're going to give you all the countries. We're going to keep you informed on this because the world wants to come to Divvee.social.
Yeah, absolutely. What we want is the information in your hands, so you're not saying the wrong things out there as you're building your teams. So we will present to you in the next video or two a real list of what we're working on, what's next, so you guys have a real understanding.
Let's talk a little bit about rank and share.
Let's.
We were supposed to go live with it yesterday, and the executives, Troy, myself, and Darren, we sat down and we got proposed a brand new offering. The ad networks really was impressed with a few things that you did. We brought some numbers, did we not, Troy?
Yeah.
And for that, we wanted to make it simpler and easier. In fact, the ad networks did. So you're literally, if you can download our app on a device, you're going to be able, your rank and share activity is actually going to be watching a video about the app. And you'll watch a 15 to 30 second video about the app, and you're going to rank and share what you think about it. At that point, the appropriate points will get paid out, and the commissions will get paid. Now, we've also talked a little bit about 5, 10, and 25, and Darren talked about that at length. But you also got to understand, we're going to let you rank and share up to 5 an hour. We're going to get really aggressive with the different things that we bring to you in rank and share. We made that decision because it's so much easier. But when we did that, we had to work with both Apple and Google, and we're working with them to make sure that when we present this way, it's brand new. It was built for us. We had to work with them, and they're doing what they need to do. We've already rolled it out to some key people internally and some key people externally, and we're going to keep letting more and more people do it. And very soon, the entire field will have our app that they can download and be able to rank and share across the board. We're sorry for the delay, but you'll thank us later. The way this is going to work is going to be very slick.
Yeah, and the only thing I'll add to that is, guys, when you submit an app to an app store or to Google Play or to the Apple Store, every time you make an enhancement or a change to that, you have to go back through the resubmission process. And we've had to do that several times, so there has been delays. We do have an app right now that several people have, some of the leaders have. We've seen it work. We're in the process of then taking that out the next level. We don't know how quickly that'll happen. We understand this delay is really causing some grief, but we have to do it this way. Once we get it fully approved, once we don't have any more changes, and we can now roll it out to everyone, you'll understand why we had to do it that way.
Last but not least, you're a part of something amazing. It's my belief that everybody that's listening to this, it's kind of been your hope that something like Divvee would come along. We're going to give you hope, confidence in yourself, because you can lean against Divvee because you're not selling anything, you are the product, and a sense of community. And guys, when you see the vision of what Troy's talking about when he talks about community, and Darren, you're going to love it. And we're going to change everything. This is about freeing the world from the desperation of needing money, one person at a time. Help us help you make this a reality.
Yeah, thanks, Richard. We're going to try to keep this very informational. The next videos that you're going to see, we're going to just give you updates. You need the information. You need to know what to tell your teams. We're going to give you that information. Once again, we're going to do a video every day, release it at 5 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, so you hear exactly the updates. So what we'll do is we'll go back through all these points and give you updates on this tomorrow. And the only other thing I'll add to this is, if you have other things you're concerned about, send it in to support@divvee.social. Let us hear from you. If there's things we need to add to this list to update you, other things you're really concerned about, or you're looking for information, let us know so we can add it to this. And we're here to communicate. We're here to do this together. Apologize for the delays, but we're doing this right, and it's going to be something special. So thanks for everything.
Thank you. Remember, we're here to help 1 million people and make their lives a lot better. Millions and millions. Thanks.
Yep, thanks.